Listen, we've seen situations like this, and they've always been ugly. They've never been on a positive note. They've never been on a chill note. This is why it's hard to do business without signed contracts and agreements. Because this is what happens when you're dealing with rappers from the hood. This is what happens when you deal with management from the hood. And it's an unfortunate thing that the hood cannot support each other and they can't come together to put together concerts and shows without other managers or janky people getting together and doing something trifling. It always happens, and people always point the finger. This has happened a million different times in this business, and it causes people to only want to deal with the other man instead of the brother man. You know, Young M.A gave her thing, and she, before her show, as to, you know, they didn't send the car to come pick her up. They was late doing that, and they gonna blame her for it. But apparently they were preparing to basically bail. You know, and this seemed to be set up in the way that so that everybody can see it, so it don't look like, hey, it's our fault. You know, so in the beginning, she was setting this up to make it look like, well, it's not my fault. You know, I came there and I'm ready to go and this and that. But when she talked to the management and she talking about some, oh, now she talking about where the car ain't here. I can't get to the venue. They supposed to pick me up. She took her back end money, the $33K up front, you know, to ensure that she's going to do the show. And then she skipped out on the performance. Other people used to do this and don't show up and take the back end money and never show up. And then people got to try to sue to get the money back. And then the promoters are out their money. And this is when you're dealing with people that's messing up in their own city. You don't book them no more. Now, this is a situation where somebody probably said, we got another city, another tour. And she has been known to do some really shady things in her concerts, is throwing people out. He said, that's Winston with Top Dawg, saying that she was talking about the venue wasn't packed enough. Somebody told her that the venue wasn't packed enough, so she's not there yet. Now, I'm having a hard time believing that they wouldn't send somebody to come pick up the headliner. You know, like, what? Well, why would they do that? They the promoters. They're the ones that's going to take the loss if you don't show up. And the fact that they making this video is kind of like pre set up to saying we finna get ready to screw them. They didn't talk to them. They jetted to the plane, got out of there, and went to do another show the next day. This looked like some manager jankiness. I don't care who didn't show up. You got paid your money. So now you done finesse them out of the $33K, and it's finna be drama behind it. But it always comes like this. But let's listen to her side of the story first.
Like 2-3 hours now. I'm in Stone Mountain, Georgia, waiting to go to the venue. Some bullshit going on. They gonna accuse me of it, of course. The driver still ain't here. The driver Benz was supposed to be here. We've been ready.
Where the fuck
been ready to go, but you know they gonna put it on Young M.A as usual. It's fucked up that I gotta make these videos before I do these shows now, cause these niggas dragging my name in the dirt over some bullshit that ain't cause of me. Yo, bro, how long we been waiting in this lobby to go to this venue?
It's 11 o'clock. These niggas, I couldn't even take a nap, man. Like, what the fuck? I'm tired. I'm ready to go. Where's the car?
Yo, listen, I just want to give a shout out to all my supporters. If you fuck with me, please don't believe everything you see in the media. Please. God knows, that's all. So from now on, I'm going to start making videos before every show on my Snap so y'all can see what's up for real. No bullshit. Listen, I've been waiting in this lobby for like 2-3 hours now.
Okay, now that's enough of that. So, That's what's her side of the story. She's been waiting in lobbies. She's been doing all she's doing, and everybody is out to get her, and blah, 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 blah. Everybody's out to get Young M.A. Why is everybody out to get her? Well, Winston from Top Dawg and everybody else involved don't feel that way because he's the promoter. You know what I'm saying? And when you're the promoter and the rapper, he's gonna be left holding the bag. You see, this is what I don't understand about people. I'm like, he's the one that's taking the risk. He's the one got a lot to lose. I tend to believe the person that got a lot to lose over the person that has nothing to lose. You hear what I'm saying? If you ain't got nothing to lose and you ain't bringing nothing to the table, you know, why would anybody rather give you the time of day or listen to what you got to say if you're not bringing anything to the table that's worth something? This is his event. So if he's not doing what he's supposed to do, then fine. You know, I can see you having this way or feeling this way about it. But let's listen to his approach and hear what happened on the subject.
You know, as far as the back end go, everything was paid. Young M.A came to the club. She said the club wasn't packed enough, the venue wasn't packed enough. We paid her the full amount, the full back end. Nothing was cut short on anyway. I told her to be on the way to the club. I got the text messages to prove everything. She said she talked to someone else and they told her not to come. I don't know, but as far as our end goal, she was supposed to be there. The after party was supposed to be at V Live. Young M.A had a nasty attitude the whole goddamn time. It took me 3 weeks to get the drop from Young M.A. Young M.A have a fucking attitude problem. I called her about my back end because she didn't show. She ran to the goddamn airport with her manager, her management team. They stopped answering the phone. She did a whole nother concert the next day that she promoted that she wasn't supposed to do, and I want my motherfucking money, M.A. You hear me? Me and my team, me and Tank Dawg Records, want our motherfucking money. This is Winston. I want my motherfucking records.
So, I believe he wants his money. You know what I'm saying? I really believe he wants his money. And I really believe he deserves it. I believe his story more than her story.
My hood pissed off, M.A.
Look, fuck you. You better bring out
my hood pissed off, M.A.
On the real,
real nigga status, you hear me? They pissed off, you hear me? I can't cut shit. We pissed off, you hear me? We pissed off. We want our fucking money, you hear me? You what, man, you know what? This that old, man, Young M.A just coming soon, you hear me? Push me while I do shit, bitch. Man, fuck that hoe, you hear me? My hood pissed.
So, that's basically it. Yeah, I guess they ticked off. So I understand how they feel. You know, anybody who get ripped off is not gonna like somebody. You know, when you get done in the hood wrong and somebody short you 30 racks, that's a substantial blow. You know, and it'll mess you up in that city. You gonna have to make it right. Whether it's behind closed doors or whatever, your management could be setting you up for disaster. Because don't think that you could just gloss over it and be like, screw them. That's the streets. You know what I'm saying? They gonna see you behind it. So to me, I just think that's dumb to screw around with something like that. Pay the man. Or maybe they ain't got the money to pay the man. I don't know. But I believe his side of the story. I'm out.